Hi guys, welcome back to the workshop, and in this video we're going to be making a start on the two P-51 Mustangs, the Cambria and the Cambrian versions. We've had quite a lot of feedback already from the two previous videos we've done, and I think there's going to be quite a lot of interest in what we find as we go along. I've been speaking with Ewan and trying to figure out what's going to be the best way of attacking the builds to do the comparisons as we're going. I think what's going to be best to do is almost do as real-time video as possible to show what we're finding as we're going. Not so much doing time lapses or whatever, but I think that way it will show what we find when we find it and how long it takes to do something as well. My plan, which is subject to change, is to start on the wings, apply leading edges, trailing edges, etc., and let them cure, put them to one side and let them cure, and then while they're drying start on something else, probably the fuselages. So then we will be able to sort of sit them out and say, look, this is different, that's different. So I think that's probably going to be the best way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, quite possible. That's not a feather dirge, is it?
I don't know yet, I haven't looked inside. So we've got the Cambria P-51 opened up here. I have already had a quick look to see what we're doing. The wings on these are cut to what I call a feather edge on the trailing edge. So it means that there isn't a trailing edge as such to be added. It is a fine trailing edge, and then the aileron gets cut out of that. So all it needs to do is to put the leading edges on. To be honest, that doesn't even need a sand before we do that. And the leading edge material is in here. What I will do is open this plan up to make sure we've got the right material going onto the leading edges. I can't actually remember what it says for material. It doesn't say. Okay. So we've got leading edge piece and 30. So we'll come back to that when we actually do start sticking stuff on. Let's see what we've got in this one. So first of all, we've got lots of tissue paper, which we will get rid of. So these are not cut to a feather edge, so they've got trailing edges to add as well. So let's do this one first. We'll find out what materials to go on where. We'll get the glue, we'll get
everything.
Tape.
Not masking tape.
Not masking tape. Use blend and tape.
Just good.
What?
I'm just blind.
So the one thing this does call for, because of the shape of the wing on the P-51, again, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera. We've got a shaped section, number 30, to go on the leading edge at the root. It's a shaped piece. So I shall find it. So I've just noticed it's actually got a mark for undercarriage.
I didn't realise they could have an undercarriage.
No, I didn't. Right, so part number 30. It's probably that bit. One is a tip. Shall we grab the knife? What we will do, there's something I've done for a few different aeroplanes, is once you open up these bags, bits go everywhere. So we've either got a plastic box to put stuff in, or I have actually used sandwich bags before. They're grip seal sandwich bags. Yeah, the sandwich bags are there. Look.
Yeah, I was looking for a box.
Yeah, you grabbed the sandwich bags just now. We'll just take everything out until we find the bit we need.
It's not
That's 18. Sorry?
He's not like little pumpkin bags.
Yes, they are. I think there's a grip seal bag. That's not what I want. Well, we'll get a grip seal bag anyway to put them in at some point. So, part number 30. Where's that? Is that one? That's one of them. So that's going to be the other one. So that's 2 part 30s. So all of that lot can go in there just now. Windows. A tank, but I suspect we might need a bigger tank than that.
Depends how long the time for.
And that's going to be an elevator push, elevator joiner, I guess. Hardware, wing bandage, mount. Again, don't know if we're using that yet. Right, so that's our leading edge, and my guess is those two. Because we haven't got anything else there that's
My guess
matching.
is not those two.
My guess is those two. Why do you think it's not those two?
It's not long enough.
It's not long enough. Oh, right.
That's long enough.
Yeah. See, there you put that on there. Oh, whichever way around, it's going to go that way. Oh, look, straight's long enough now.
Yeah, it's long enough.
Funny that, hey? Right. So, let's put the bits in here away for just now and try and clear a bench. Lid for this one.
I'm just going to put that box top this one.
Lid for this one. Is this all in shot? I don't know. Yeah, kind of. Right, so which way around are these to be glued on? That way. So if you want to glue them on, you're going to need pins as well, because you need to pin the, I think we're going to need to pin the other piece of balsa on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean,
But what?
I think the pins doesn't hold it on.
We might not, but we might. So that needs to be glued on there, so it's just fractionally over flush, yeah? So this is the shaped pieces we're talking about. You want to do it here? Well, I'll have a quick look at these ones. And it goes that way.
Yep.
Okay. Right, so instructions for this one. Right, so number 29 is the leading edge roots. I'm guessing the plan's going to be very similar. '29. And it's a part shaped leading edge, so partially shaped. Are they in there? Yes, they are. That's them. Where's the knife? Can you get it or I get it? Sorry?
That's not enough.
What?
Just pins.
Okay. Where's the partially shaped leading edge then? Down there. That's going to be a trailing edge, I suspect. What inch is your trailing edge? 6 by 9. 6 by 9 millimeters trailing edge. Which is them. So where's the shaped leading edges then? Was that it? Oh, that's it.
How shaped is it?
That shaped.
Hmm.
So we've got to cut that in half. Oh look, it's already pre-bent. For a straight edge.
Is it the right way though?
It's not meant to be bent at all, it's meant to be straight.
Yeah, but if the wing's tapered, maybe bend the right way.
Well, there's one difference straight away. Look at the difference in the material. No,
And the size.
The size is optical illusion at the moment, but it's a different material. That is definitely a beachy. It's in the Cambria. I'm not sure what that is. It's darker. I don't. It feels heavier maybe.
Maybe it's like an oak tree.
It is. That is actually noticeably heavier. Okay.
The leading edges as well.
So what? Sorry.
Leading edges as well.
Yeah. These are actually going to need a bit of a sand before glued on. So that's not the end of the world. Please be careful. So I need to measure this and cut this to length. See how long it is, shall we? That was going to be 36. What's that say?
It's tape.
What about this tape?
It's a rip. We'll run off.
So 3 foot is 36 inch. 17. Is that right?
Done.
No, 18. Right, so they're ready to glue on. So you need gluing, rub it backwards and forwards to spread the glue out.
I just did.
Okay, I didn't see you do it, but it looks like there's not much glue in there, that's all. Yeah, that's going to check that it's square because the tape could pull it one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I put the pin in there, because it keeps it straight enough until I've got time to check it.
Okay. Presume you put some glue on the butt joint there, yeah?
Yeah.
Pardon me. Right, bounds of course half an end as well, yeah. Can I help?
I was just getting off my fingers.
Okay. pretty tough stuff, whatever that is. Okay, so we lost you for a little bit there. Something came up that sort of knocked us sideways a little bit, but we're back on this just now. In front of us, we've got the Cambrian 51, because this needs a little bit more work on the wings to get them to the same stage as the Cambria. What the instructions and plans, well, more the instructions say, step 2 is to cut the ailerons to length from the trailing edge stock. Now, in the kit, you've got these two pieces, which to me are ailerons, but they're not long enough to be ailerons, tip trailing edge and root trailing edge. Also in the kit are two unidentified pieces of trailing edge, which are, one piece is long enough to do both the trailing edge roots. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
So I think what it calls for, or what they intend, is to cut the ailerons out of these two pieces, the offcut being the tip, and then you make the root pieces with these. So what we might be able to do is make the root pieces out of one. Excuse me. Make the root pieces out of one and save a piece of wood.
Or it intends in the plan to use that bit for the root piece, these as ailerons, and have that as both tips.
Maybe, I don't know. But getting back on track, if these are going to be the ailerons, what we've got to do is we've got to cut the ailerons to length, so we've got a piece for the tip. What we also need to do to make these fit properly is sand the sub-trailing edge of both wings so it follows the contour of the contour of the wing. I was going to say aerofoil, so we can get the piece of trailing edge centered on it, because at the minute you don't know exactly where center is. Once we've got that shaped, we can then glue on the tip piece, tip trailing edge piece, and a lightly aerofoiled tip block in place.
Can't I just see that one?
What?
It just looked from how
Yeah,
it looked like it was like that.
Yeah, it looks like it had a taper. I don't think it does. So yeah, so that's what we're going to get on with just now. Yeah, we're going to get on with that just now. We might glue on the tips onto the Cambrian one first, just because then they're gluing. These one,
And then the side way.
yeah. So these wings, obviously the trailing edge is built into the wing, so we actually cut the aileron out of this as a template and everything else. We'll detail that when we do it, but we don't need to do anything before gluing on the wingtip apart from lightly sanding it. So yeah, we'll give them a light sand, get them glued on, put them to the side, and then try and get this set of wings for the Cambria. This is Cambria, this is Cambrian. Get the Cambrian set of wings to the same stage that these will be at, so it would be trailing edges and tip glued on. That's the plan. Okay, so since that last bit, the Cambria 51 wings over there have got their wingtips glued on. The only thing we found on those was one of them was very slightly oversized on its leading edge area. So we've lined it all up with the trailing edge, which means we can then sand that leading edge excess off once it's all dry. So nothing major really. This set of wings here now is the Cambrian set of wings. What we've done with these is we've taken the trailing edges, they've been glued on, and we've now lightly sanded them so that we can have the aerofoil following the shape, so that we get the wingtip piece centered up and down. In doing so, well, you glue that one on. In doing the sanding, what we found is that there seems to be a waviness to the trailing edge on the actual foam core panel, and looking down it, you can't see a direct wave along it, but you can see where the sanding touches and doesn't touch, touches and doesn't touch. I'm using a 2 foot long aluminium sanding block that is perfectly straight and true. So there must be, you know what it could be, just thinking about it. It could be a variance in the thickness of the veneer, because the grain is going this way and not this way, so it's following the leading edge, not the trailing edge. If there's a variance like that, you're going to see it as a much bigger wave along there, and that's going to be quite hard to actually see. I mean, I can feel there's some areas that have got varying thickness.
You can actually see the varying thickness in this one. It's thinner here than it is here.
In the wood itself?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So it's not a major problem. A light little bit of filler, we'll take that out.
It's just something that we've noticed.
It's just something that we've noticed. I don't even think that could be changed in, let's say, a quality control process. That's just the nature of the beast, I think, with veneers, is you'll never get a perfectly flat surface, especially when you're trying to curve it into a wing. It is, however, highlighting the benefit of having a feather edge cut onto the trailing edge, and then cutting the aileron out of it. So that is where we've got to.
That's both of them.
And that's them both with the trailing edge piece on here. We're going to leave the root trailing edge until closer to the time of doing the torque rods. So obviously now we've got to leave these to dry, or dry sufficiently, so we can then sand the tip flush. So you should be able to see it's not flush there just now. Sand that flush, and then get the tip stuck on, and then both sets of wings will be at the same stage. So we'll give it an hour or two, and then come back and get the tips on. Yes. Right, bit of silliness going on here off the edit. So wings, Cambria wings. I've got leading edges and tips glued, stroke gluing on.
And those bits.
Yeah, that's part of the leading edges.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ailerons will be cut out of here at a later stage. The Cambrian has had its leading edges, trailing edge, sub-trailing edge tip section and tip fitted. To achieve that, we've cut the ailerons to length, or just oversize, so we can sand them down. And then we will be fitting the root trailing edge when we come to the torque rods. So trying to keep the build at the same sort of stage. They are both near enough at the same stage just now. What have we noticed so far? Both methods have got pros and cons to each one so far. This method is traditional. We're fitting a leading edge and trailing edges, etc. But I don't know if it's this particular kit. This has shown that there's a bit of unevenness in the trailing edge. But it's all gone on as I would expect any other kit with a foam wing to be built. The Cambria is a fully cut wing, so the trailing edge is within the foam, and it looks like the aileron itself, when you come to do it, the aileron itself is a piece of trailing edge stock, so it'd be a much stiffer aileron. So again, I don't know yet which way is better.
Yeah.
my personal preference is to cut it out of the wing. Obviously, for years we've built this way, but doing it this way might, in my own personal opinion, be better. Obviously, we're going to build them as per instructed as best we can. The next stage, do we find any other differences, any other issues? This one has got thicker veneer, so they're heavier. I haven't actually weighed them, but they do feel noticeably heavier than the Cambria wings. Aerofoil's different. These wings are thicker. What else?
These ones are peeling apart slightly.
Yeah, but that's not a major thing. I am very tempted. I might not even be able to do it now.
You won't be able to do it now.
No, I won't even say what I was going to do. No, I can't do that now, can I?
No. If you want to do that, you can. Should have put there.
Yeah.
Should have done it before you put it up.
Yeah. So yeah, we're building them as close to spec as possible. There are going to be a few minor things that we have to change. That'll come later on. I'm trying to break it down into different segments or different videos. So we're going to end this video here. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. These both wings now, the next step is going to be to look at what we need to do before joining them. This set, you actually need to do some work to the root on one wing before you join them. I'm not sure if that one needs it as well. I need to look at the instructions on that one. But certainly this set needs one wing, some work done. But other than that, there might not be much to stop us joining a set of wings. So that should be the next video in the wing side anyway. What we might do, depending on what time we've got, is start on the fuselages. So that might be the next video in the series, but we're trying to document everything and trying to do the comparisons as we're going. We've also got to try and work out when we're doing the build around other things that are going on. So yeah, that's about it. I'm running through a lot of things in my head with regards to these. I think for now we'll call it down this video.
Yeah.
So until the next time, from myself and Ewan here in the workshop, we'll see you next time.
Bye.